Hello spider peeps! Well, in the last video you watched me build this, which is part of the CyberBricks range. Someone has created this rather funky little remote controller to use the CyberBricks hardware in it. So you can look for that video here if you've not seen it already. But if you've seen this, you want to see it working. So in this video I'm going to build one of these bumper cars, and let's see whether we can get that to control one of these. But look, his head flies off. It's got to be fun. Let's get started. Turn that off. Apparently these eat the batteries, so I'm going to have to use one of the lithium power packs in this to make it a bit more efficient, but I'll handle that another time. Alright, so here's all the parts. This is me printing them out. It won't take that long to show you because the time lapse goes pretty quickly. And I've also got the top of it as well, which didn't actually print out very well. It kept on slipping, but I didn't really want to reprint that, but that'll do. It looks okay. It'll look okay when it's mounted on there. And I've also got all of my CyberBrick parts in here as well, which is good. So I'll be able to refer and get those and select them quite easily in my InfiniGrid organizer, which, to be honest, this bit sold me on this product anyway, but there you go. So first of all, we're basically building a little gearbox, aren't we? This is really cool. Right, so let's pop that in there. One of them goes in there, another one goes in there, simples. Then this one, I hope if I've picked the right one, goes in there. That one goes on top. Oh, and we also need something I didn't pick out. I also need that little one, which goes on the end of here. So that goes in there. Seems to go on quite a long way. Let's push it on a little bit further. Alright. So will that go in there? Yeah. Looks like the red is in the bottom. So let's do it the same way as the picture. That pops in there. Then I assume we have to lube this up. Yes. So spurt that in there. Just put it on all three bits. This is coming out and going horrible already. Put that back in its little holder. Very satisfying. Oh, and I've got to put this bit. This is like the drive shaft, this sort of thing. Looks like it's a drive shaft and some kind of clutch as well. Pop him in there. Hopefully this is still the same. Yep. Been a few days since I recorded the one part of the video. Right, just start them off in there. Let's get both in at once. Now that was a simple gearbox. How satisfying. Alright, so non-printed parts. Get the tyres out. So somewhere I've got some tyres. Let's grab them. Guess who run out of filament halfway through printing the tyres. But I do have some more of these tyres to fill this pot up. So it looks like those are going to go on there. I printed this all out of PLA as well because this is all I had. Oh, I only need 3. Okay. Automatically looking for the 4th. But I only need 3. Look. Okay, next step. 2 of them are rear tyres, 1 of them for the gearbox. Alright, so put one of these on the gearbox, which is there. Now I was reading about this. This works like a Doggem car, which have very weird steering. So this isn't going to be an easy thing to steer. Alright, so I need my servo now. The servos also fit in the box very satisfyingly. And the servo horns sit underneath it, which is just lovely. And I need my other core, which I believe is what they're called. So place the screw in the end of that. I think that's what I need. Put the complete gearbox into the round housing. So this is the round housing. I thought this was cool. Look, it's got a on and off switch built into it. A mechanical one. So let's pop that in there. And that holds the drive wheel in. It's clever, isn't it? That seems to have just fitted in there. There's no clipping or anything in there. take one screw, gently clamp the gearbox in place. I assume that's there. These standard screws, there's loads of them up, so I'm going to take, I think it said use 4 of them, so let's just take 4 out as well. 1, 2, or is it one of the servo screws? No, the servo screw is going to be for the servo, isn't it? That makes sense. That in there. So yeah, when I said it didn't clip in, there is a, there you go, there's a screw to hold it in. Prepare electronic components as shown. So, and there's another wire for that switch, which is this one. So that goes to the board, that goes to the core. Get my terminology correct. And then this goes to, well, where does this go to? Oh no, it goes to the top one, right. Well, if it doesn't work, we know what we've got to change. Slide the receiver board into there. Then the servo goes in. So does the servo come? Looks like it manages to go in there. Then this, if I turn that round, I hope that will all fit in there. Yeah, it does. Should it go in a bit further? No, seems okay. Put the servo in the position and fix it with the one long screw. The one long screw to rule them all. And of course that's a Phillips head. Okay, satisfyingly held in. It says look before the next step for the print in place lever. Turn off. It was on to get it in the right place. Slide the switchboard in. Slide the switchboard in. And push these down. Let's push those down out of the way first. It goes right down, so that's now gone into, at the bottom it's gone into the switch lever and it is working. Alright, so I assume I have to put a fixture in there. Yep, so let's pop him in. That should hold the switch in beautifully. Put the lid on it, it says, and secure it. Well, what about this bit? Right, I don't think it told me to do that, but this has got to go into the bottom one. No, the instructions didn't tell me to do that, but that's fine. Let's pop that in. It's clever the way that it makes it all very self-contained. I think the idea of this is so that this whole thing will turn within the car mechanism. So that goes in there now. That's all in there, ready to be controlled. Put the lid on top and screw it in with one of these screws. So where's the screw hole? Filament stringing going on in there. But he's okay. That's very compact. Look at that. Cool. Alright, prepare the battery cable by removing the helper clip. Helper clip? Oh, this is the helper clip. Removing helper clip. I get it. So that goes in there. That's clever. So that saves you putting too much pressure on the wires when you're pulling it out. What a clever little device. This is very much thought through, this is. I'm loving this, actually. Can you tell? And then that goes in there. Don't know whether the way it goes in is important. And then I plug it in. Terrifying. Alright. That should be live. Whether it's on or not, I don't. Well, it's not on, is it? Because the on and off button is not on. So if I turn that to on, it's now getting power, but we don't know what it's doing yet. All right, you can try the function from the switch now. Ah, the red light flashes through the hole. Turn it on. Turn that on. Well, there is it's not a red light. There's a light shining through that hole there. Can you see that just at the bottom? Cool. So now I assume I need to program it, but let's turn that off for the moment. Looks like this is the assembly now. So there's a really big screw in this, and I've got a feeling I don't have that really big screw. It's an M3 times 23 screw. I have a feeling I didn't get this in the kit. So frustratingly, I haven't got any of them. So it's M3. Have I got any longer M3s? I must have. I possibly have some 25mm M3s. They M3. They look more like M3. Will they go through there? They look too small. Those look like they might hold them in, so let's try it with those. These are a little bit too big for this. So I'm just backing them off a little bit. Not wonderful, but they at least that works. That one's a bit stiff. Come out a little bit with that again. Alright, so that's got those in. Now we need, I think it's this. That goes in there. And then we use two of these little ones to hold it in. I'm just going to do one of them. This is it says it's a servo mount. This means there's another servo outside. I suppose there's got to be, isn't it? Yeah, to turn that other thing round. So now we've got it revealed that there's a servo horn we do need. I'm never sure the best way these go on. Do they go on this way? It looks like it needs to go like that. Is it the top way or the bottom way? That way. Alright. That goes on top of that. So not 100% sure what I should be using now. So I'm going to use that little one and see whether that goes in there. It does look like these should be the servo screws. Right, let's pop that in there. It looks like this is a 360 servo. Now we've got to add some more things on it. Alright, now what? So this is the thing to pop the guy's head out by the looks of it. And those, to begin with. It says use a spring for each arm. Right, are those the wrong springs? So I've got these smaller springs, which I'd forgotten about, which I hadn't put into the main kit. One bit goes in there, the other bit goes in there. And then I have to screw this on with the normal, whatever these are, M2.5 times 6s. Okay, I'm going to do a terrain by Erin. If you're actually watching this and you haven't fast forwarded to the end, please will you write the code word bamboozle in the comments, and in a funny way as well. If you can write the word bamboozled in such a way that people who've flicked forward won't realise that's a code word, please do that. And thank you for watching the whole video. Right, so we've got now. This is clever. Now we've got this diagonal piece that we've got to put in. It says if the parts aren't moving, do a half turn, so I don't tighten it up completely. I wonder if that needs to go the other side as well. Yeah, both sides. I wonder what that piece is for. Maybe just to hold the whole thing together. To me it feels if you've locked these two levers together they won't move, but we'll see that in a minute, won't we? Yeah, they do move. We've got this little pin and we need to put another spring in. So it says push the little pin into the spring and then push it combined into the hole, and that holds itself in. Right, we can see what this is going to do now. It should look like this. Has that bamboozled you? Right, it did me. So now we use these two bits. Oh, okay, so we've got to go back into this bit and we use these. It says slide these into the... Oh, these are the bumpers, right. I understand. So these are the bits that you have to bump with another car, make the guy's head jump out. Right. Attach the mechanism to the base. So this bit... I see. Alright, that is definitely a mechanism. Oh, and then I've got to push the extension bracket, which are these things, onto the two sliders. Look at that, there's even a little thing there, so when you're pushing it, you can hold it. What a lovely design. Okay. So I think we're done now. Oh, we've got that bit. Don't know what that bit's for. So we've got to glue the magnets. This is a bit of a mess. We've got to glue the magnets into here. I'm not going to bother with that for the moment. I'll glue the magnets into there anyway, is what it wants us to do. So the other thing I haven't done is put the motor mechanism in. That was an earlier step, but I got distracted. So let's pop that in. These screws feel like they're not the correct size, but we'll have a go. Well, that looks okay. All right, so it wants me to use a bit of filaments to make a flag. I'm not going to bother doing with that. I just want to play with it. And it also says I've got to stick the little black thing on his helmet. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to see how this works. So, wow, yeah, it just holds in there really, really tightly, which is what you'd expect, but it is quite satisfying. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, so if one was to, with the other bumper car, which I'm not going to make, bump onto one of these side bits. Man, that was so satisfying. It's the little things, isn't it? Little things, please, little minds. Little pants fit little behinds. Alright, so let's program this up then. Got to turn it on, haven't I? Can I get to the thing from the base? Oh, right, look at this. This is so clever. So if I turn that on, well, I've got to do Bumpercar 360 first. Let's link to the thing. So Bumpercar receiver, choose core, turn it on, connect. I'm just going to wait till that to load and then just assume it's the right one. Next, 5555 again, haven't I? And let's rename it to red car. Red car. Confirm. Please confirm. So let's turn that on. And is it doing anything? Not at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to program this as well the same way. Remote, so turn that on, choose core, red remote, connect. It should ask me for the, will it ask me for the thing? Yeah, confirm. It doesn't ask me for 555. Right, confirm. Okay, all board connected, go and play. Shall we go and play? Oh. Oh. So this is supposed to be very, very hard to control because what it's doing is like a bumper car. So we've got, let's have a look at this. We've got, it's like the Doggem. So this is just the speed. This is easy. And there should be, I think this is different types of speed. Right, it doesn't seem one's faster than the other. That doesn't do anything. But then this turns the core around. So it means it will ride like a bumper car or Dodgems at a fairground at a carny. Let's try and film this for you. This is the cave. Here are drips of resin from my resin printers. Here's some shadow foam, video coming soon. So if I go forward, well, so it only goes forward, that's the thing. So the only controls is going forward, but then we move, we change the direction of that steering column, and changing that direction allows us to control it. Oh no! Alright, so this is CyberBrick. This is my first model on CyberBrick. I'm very pleased with the design, maybe not with the outcome, really, because I think I need to make two now. I need to make another one now to make this into a fun game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Stick around, who knows what I'll be doing on my channel next. Bye!